to run that play. It makes no sense. A fumble on the 1 yard line set this whole thing up. Absolutely insane. The Rams shot themselves in the foot.
I agree.
All game long. The 49ers really should not have been in that game. A Blake Corum fumble, a Kyron Williams fumble, a missed field goal, a missed extra point, a blown call where they blow the kickoff dead on a Garendo fumble. A lot of things went the 49ers' way, but ultimately, division games are always sketchy, Jake. How are you feeling about this one, man?
Man, it is so painful, but at the same time, I don't worry about this loss. It's painful in the moment, it sucks, I hate it, but I don't worry about this loss because they came back in a game where, like you said, you just keep shooting yourselves in the foot. And I think my biggest thing is that they made this overtime. You fumble at the goal line, you know, I was impressed. I just have to understand, and I'm actually going to say this, I love Sean McVay, but I am calling for his job as a play caller. He cannot call plays any longer. He did not learn his lesson from the Philly game. The Philly game, on 4th down, they ran the exact same run. Here's the problem. Rob Havenstein is out. So really, you're using Warren McClendon Jr., who hasn't played this year, and you're, in my opinion, going to the weaker side of the offensive line. On another end, they barely ran the ball today. We were talking about it.
Yep.
They didn't trust the run. So why do you take it out of Nine's hands at the end of the game? I say you should have run a bootleg play action, used Matthew Stafford, and had him win this fucking game. And instead, that is not what happened. I think this is absolutely unacceptable from a play calling standpoint. But I have to give a lot of credit to the 49ers. They were injured, really injured. Didn't have their quarterback, didn't have two of their top wide receivers. They didn't have George Kittle. They don't have Nick Bosa, and they find a way to come here into LA and beat the Rams in overtime. Mac Jones, he looked good. He did. What I don't understand is that the Rams played him as if he was Josh Allen. We talked about that. Just like leaving the open field wide open and playing cover 2. I did not understand that. Why are you scared of Mac Jones downfield?
No, there definitely should have been a lot of cover 1 robber, more cover 3. I don't understand the game plan either. But ultimately, this 49ers team is so gritty, and that is the mantra of this season. When this season started, I said, I do not believe this 49er team is a Super Bowl team. I still don't believe that they are. However, one thing I did say is they need to learn how to win close games. That is exactly what they are doing. They stay in all of these games. They show so much fight. They get another injury to Kalia Davis, who's been the biggest player up the middle for them. They don't skip a beat, man. They just keep fighting. You're without Pearsall. You're without Jennings. You're without Ayuk. You already traded Debo in the offseason. George Kittle's not playing. And somehow, some way, with Mac Jones, you win this game. Mac Jones is also the epitome of tough. That shot he took was scary. It looked like he was out. We didn't know what was going on. He comes right back the next drive. This guy stands tall in the pocket. And 49er fans, listen, a lot of you said, Mac Jones, you didn't think it was a big deal because it was the Saints and it was the Cardinals or whoever. Listen, it just happened against the Rams, a top-tier defense on the road without all of those players. Give the man respect. And I've said it a million times, this is why you do not pay Brock Purdy. You can find a quarterback that is at least 80% as good. Mac Jones might be more than 80% as good, and pay him a fraction of the price, guys. This is why you can't pay him. And now, Brock Purdy's injured. You won a game on the road. You really shouldn't have won. You were an 8.5-point dog. And if Mac Jones beats the Bucs next week, we have a full-blown quarterback controversy for the right reason, by the way.
I agree completely. I mean, what I saw is Mac Jones, and I said this, I wasn't worried about Mac Jones or Brock Purdy, but it wasn't because of Mac Jones. It's because I feel like Mac Jones and Brock Purdy are one and the same. you can win games with them. But what do you always say? Well, you pay Brock Purdy, and now it doesn't matter if they're the same or Brock Purdy's a little bit better. Mac Jones is cheaper, and that's the way to win in the NFL. Rookie quarterback contracts, cheap contracts, spend all your money on the skill position players, defensive players. Yeah, I think the 49ers need to stick with Mac Jones after this win because it wasn't a fluke. I mean, he played well, and he's played well, and he's continued to play well. I just don't understand Chris Shula and the defense, and you said it multiple times, no robber over the middle. If you're constantly throwing over the middle like it's Tom Brady, why was nobody there? That I don't understand. I won't understand. And yeah, we'll see what ends up happening moving forward. But I'll tell you right now, what it comes down to is this. The Rams are going up against an injured Lamar Jackson Ravens team next time. They're going to have 10 days off to get ready. If they come out and they look flat, I'm going to be concerned. I don't believe that's the case. I still think they're going to win the NFC West. I still think they have a shot at the NFC. And really, I'm just really impressed by the fact they were able to will themselves back into this game because they looked like it was getting away from them quickly.
Well, listen, here's one thing to talk about. Obviously, division rivals. 49ers are now 3-0 in the division after winning just a game last year in the division. Gotta go. That's fine. They're now 3-0 in the division. They essentially have a 2-game lead on the Rams and anybody else because they own that tiebreaker. So this is massive.
Yeah.
The 49ers, with all the injuries and all the departures, really should not be in a position to win this division. It's very early, a lot of season left, but I feel very good about the spot the 49ers are in.
I get it, and there's no reason not to. I mean, beating the Cardinals, beating the Rams, beating the Seattle Seahawks, they've set themselves up well. They have an easier schedule, as we've said, and that team today, with all those injuries, looks like they're going to be fine against that schedule. This is now a dogfight for the NFC West because of that tiebreaker. Still expect the Rams to win. Last thing, I have to bring it up, Bill Vinovich was awful today.
Awful, yeah.
Awful. He was awful. I don't know how you don't call that a fumble. I don't get it, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse as to why they lost. They had the ball at the end. They played it safe, and I just disagree. Taking it out of Nine's hands, you said it. You're like, Matthew Stafford, unbelievable. The throw to Tutu Atwell, that should have capped off
absolutely.
The beautiful night of Matthew Stafford. It sucks that he goes home a loser in this one.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford balled. He showed why he's a top 5 quarterback, no doubt about it. I will say this, wrapping up because they're kicking us out of the stadium. From the 49ers aspect, this is a fantastic win, a win that I didn't expect for sure, although I will say I did switch my pick today on the Roundtable.
You did.
I did say 28-27 Niners. It was just a feeling all of a sudden, all week long I was picking against them and I just felt good about it today, and they won. Mac Jones is a certified baller. They're number 1 in the division, 3-0. This is a huge win for the 49ers. Now they have 10 days rest. Ayuk, not going to come back. Malik Mustafa, hopefully he does, because Siegel is an absolute liability. This guy is not a good player, not yet anyways. They need Malik Mustafa back. Hopefully they can get George Kittle back. And now all of a sudden you look at the Niners, they start getting these guys back, Pearsall, Jennings, they can make a little bit of a run. So I love the win. Great win by the 49ers, undefeated in the division. We got to wrap it up. Appreciate y'all.